he tried to make it up. You can't do it.
And he was on the curb, and these are serrated curbs, so there is a nanosecond after a nanosecond when your tyres are not touching the floor. Oh, unlucky for Cal Crutchlow. Now Ross is in 4th position. 3rd, 2nd ahead of him. Pedrosa and then Marquez. Look at Marquez touching the floor with his elbows. We've all seen the pictures from pre-season testing. Absolutely mesmerising. Pedrosa getting very sideways.
This has been his problem all weekend. Now, let's have a look. There was a moment, and it was Rossi, I think, maybe shutting off to avoid Pedrosa slowing. Pedrosa has had serious neck problems since the Jerez test. Proper cramp. He can't get down underneath the bubble. It really hurts. It nags at him. If that's going to have an effect, of course, it will be at the end of a race, especially in conditions like this. Primarily, the Honda's problem has been hooking the power up on this mucky surface. We said right through practice qualifying, Toby gave us the chapter and verse that Yamaha have always done their business at this place. And the crowd making a noise. Guess why?
Because Valentino Rossi is on the cusp of a podium. It's not a wet podium. It's not a Le Mans podium. It's not a everyone in the gravel podium. It could be his first dry podium since he was last on a Yamaha back in 2010. He's looking to be cheeky. He will be looking on the inside of that Repsol Honda. Look how slow that Honda is at the apex, Neil. That's what you were saying. It's a perfect example. By slow, I mean relative.
Everything
it's only half a mile an hour, but it's just enough for that Yamaha to reel in the 26. All over him.
Playing right to the Yamaha's strengths.
And Rossi's favourite strategy is up on the inside, on the brakes, and just be in the way when the other bloke wants to turn in.
But he's not raced Marquez before, has he?
Who has?
Andrea Iannone. It's what a smart answer.
Yeah. Oh. Jaws music. Just put it over the bike noise. But Marquez, don't count out how good he can be in the last field. Here comes Rossi, past Pedrosa, up to 3rd position, and a podium position for Valentino Rossi with 3.5 to go. And now they can smile. Or can they? Because Pedrosa can fight back. He's got the Honda power. Let's wait until we get to the home straight.
Let's see if he can get that power down early enough coming out of the last corner. Rossi will carry the corner speed, but he's right behind a Honda that might be in the way. This is where you don't want to be. Neil said it earlier in the weekend. Give the Yamaha an empty track. He's not. Oh, I thought he wasn't going to wait.
Coming to finish this lap 19 of 22 into the final corner as they sling out the anchor and arrest the bike from over 150 miles an hour down to 65. Now the big long home straight, nearly 3/4 of a mile long. It's a big booming straight. Marquez gets a bit too much air underneath the tyre. That's not acceleration friendly. They took over. Here comes Rossi. He's going to make it. No, Marquez is a little bit better. Or will he run on? Will he run on? No, he somehow holds the line. Rossi's on rails through there.
And Pedrosa is not far behind. But Pedrosa just hasn't been comfortable all weekend.
But Rossi's right behind Marquez in this first half of the sweeper sections. Hasn't had to catch up.
And he got Bradle here, and he goes through to 2nd place. Rossi goes a little bit wide, but he just pulls it back. Valentino Rossi up to 2nd position. He's done all that hard work after the run-on at the beginning of lap 2. Here we are on lap 20. He's back.
You can get it back if you're Valentino Rossi on anybody except Jorge Lorenzo on the same motorbike. Let's see the pass.
Here we come. Down the short chute and then into the right-hander. Marquez could feel the Yamaha coming through. He had to just lift it up momentarily, and that's what it looks like to be back on the podium. And then some in 2nd.
And now use the Yamaha's strengths on these twisty parts to get out of range of that Honda on the straights.
That's exactly what he did when he got past Bradle to bridge the gap to the battle for 2nd position. And poor old Lorenzo soldiers on his very lonely way. He's over 7 seconds ahead of Valentino Rossi. It's a Yamaha 1-2.
And if Cal Crutchlow hadn't got suckered in to turn 1 by his notional teammate, what could it have been? But there again, Cal has been tiptoeing right on the edge all weekend to stay with the factory bikes. I wonder what Lorenzo thought. Hang on, let's just see if Marquez can... Marquez is going to blast past. Yeah. Marquez is going to blast past.
He's got to go around the outside, though, Julian.
And he's going to have a go. Is he on the dirty stuff?
Oh, he suckers him.
He suckered him.
You go one way, fine, I'll go the other. Here is a 20-year-old racing a 34-year-old. Wow.
To quote Roger Daltrey, meet the new boss.
Valentino Rossi's 14th year in the big class. Marquez's first year. This is the place where Rossi went through a lap ago to take that second position. Not a chance for Marquez to go back through into the other right.
And Marquez would have known that was coming there and still couldn't do anything about it.
Lap and a half to go here in Qatar. This is more than second place.
To quote Kevin Schwantz obliquely, this is... So this kid Marquez isn't going to go. Tell you what, a rostrum of my first Moto Grand Prix race will be fine. I'm going to fight it out with Valentino Rossi to the line.
What did Marc Marquez say when he had won the last Moto2 Grand Prix in Valencia last year? Got up to third. By the way, started from the back of the grid. Got up to third, thought, nah, I'll risk it and win it. And he did.
And what did he say with that choir boy expression on his face on the first press conference here? I can't win that. And then a slight pause for timing, and nothing is impossible.
It's brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Emilio Altamora nervous as he looks on as Marc starts his last lap. Still, Jorge Lorenzo leads this Grand Prix 7 seconds way ahead into the distance. Now it's the penultimate time of asking into the last right-hander. Then the big long straight. There goes Lorenzo. He's over the line now. As Valentino Rossi is about to pile on the power, we need to see what Rossi can do against Marquez. I'm looking out of the window. They shoot past at 214 miles an hour. Here comes Marc Marquez. He thinks the better of it. Rossi leads.
He doesn't. I wonder what Lorenzo thought as he started the last lap and saw on his pit board, +7, yeah, fine, Rossi.
The innocence of youth for Marquez. He's only just turned 20 years old, up against the master, the man who's won 7 Premier titles in motorcycle Grand Prix racing, Valentino Rossi. Poor old Pedrosa, you got a feel for him.
He's just... Pedrosa has not looked totally comfortable all weekend, Neil.
No, and, you know, you've got Marquez in your garage, it's going to upset his rhythm. And I'm absolutely sure, I mean, if Marquez just sits there, he gets a podium on his first ever Grand Prix race, and you just know he's not going to settle for that.
In 40 minutes, arguably, Marc Marquez has filled the boots of Casey Stoner.
Who'd have thought we wouldn't be missing one of the greatest motorcycle racers in terms of pure speed we've ever seen? We've got another one.
Here comes Jorge Lorenzo. The reigning world champion has been anonymously dominating this weekend. He put it on pole, he risked a lot with pole position last night, and he's run away with this Grand Prix. Here we come with the last half a lap. Valentino Rossi comes through the field. He picked them off. He went 4th, 3rd, and now to 2nd position. It's a Yamaha 1-2. Marquez ain't giving up yet.
No, I thought 2 corners ago, nah, he's given up. No, he hasn't. Look at this. Here is the man who has dominated the weekend, Jorge Lorenzo.
Jorge Lorenzo won 6 Grand Prix last year en route to the World Championship, and he starts 2013 with winning here in Qatar. Lorenzo top of the pile, and Valentino Rossi returns to the podium. He returns to Yamaha, 2nd position ahead of the rookie Marc Marquez, who fills the boots of Casey Stoner. Pedrosa, 4th position. Cal Crutchlow, fantastic start to the year. He gets 5th position ahead of Alvaro Bautista. Everybody on the podium is a winner.
There's the Ducatis. Bautista, well done with those bust-up fingers. 6th place. Brave boy Alvaro. Then the Ducatis, but 24 seconds behind. Here's Iannone.
Well done.
9th place. Only 10 seconds behind the factory bikes. Ben Spies beaten up, battered. He's come up the field. Good, brave, professional ride from the Texan.
Jorge Lorenzo will celebrate late into the night if it wasn't late already. A brilliant victory for the Spaniard. Technically 6 seconds ahead of the rest. It could have been maybe even 9 seconds ahead of the rest. Hey, he's the reigning world champion, Julian. He's not taken the number 1. He's taken the familiar number 99 that he was so successful with in 2010. It's all going the right way for Jorge Lorenzo. That's a massive pole he had last night. Do you remember I was saying when he came into Parc Ferme, he was smiling as if he had won the race? What's the grin going to be like in a moment?
He has made several points, hasn't he? While all the Rossi fans, all the enthusiasts say, isn't it great to have Valentino back where he should be on the rostrum, let's not forget what this bloke has done this weekend.
That is the first victory for Jorge Lorenzo.